All right, good Monday evening, everyone. It is 6:30 on this Monday, November 3rd. What a glorious start to the work week. Tons of sunshine. Good news. We have a lot more of it in this 7-day forecast. Now, I am in for Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich, but if you are missing him, just know that he will be back for the 11 p.m. show and to host tomorrow night as well. The big thing that happened over this weekend was not only the cooler temperatures, it was daylight saving. So we saw our sunset and our sunrise an hour earlier. Our sunset this evening was at 5:27 p.m. This was the first official work day of the new time. So yesterday you may have had a chance, hopefully, to adjust to it, especially with your sleep schedule. But if you didn't, definitely probably had the chance to do so today as well. It did make for some gorgeous sunsets. We had clear blue skies across the Carolinas. So that's definitely the trade-off to seeing now darkness across the greater Charlotte area. And once that sun goes down, temperatures drop pretty quickly. We had temperature right around 67 during the 4 or 5 o'clock hour, and during the 6 o'clock hour we were at 60. So 7-degree temperature drop as that sun went down. And you can see those temps now if you are headed out for any evening plans at 60 still in Charlotte, 57 in Monroe over towards Cheraw. Chester has officially dropped to 52, 57 over in Hickory. We do have some breezier winds up towards the high country, I will say. So at 40 degrees now in Boone, but there is a wind chill factor as well. So it's feeling more like the 30s, and that's what you'll want to dress like. Again, if you do have any evening plans, the fall foliage is certainly popping off. Everyone is going for fall walks out there. So if that is your plan to do so this evening, just grab that jacket. Temperatures will continue to cool down into the 50s, likely within the next hour, 9 p.m. Lower 50s, and overnight hours, well, 30s and 40s to start off your Tuesday. Now, because we'll have clear skies and some fairly calmer winds, this is what's called radiational cooling. That's when we typically see the coldest morning lows overnight with those conditions. In the greater Charlotte area will fall right around 41 degrees, but towards the high country, like I mentioned, they do have a little bit more of a breeze gusting around 20 to 25 miles per hour, so a little bit more mixing within the air. Patchy frost may be possible in a few spots, but this is just not going to be widespread. Of course, the mountains have already had their first freeze, so growing season is officially over. That is why there are no frost or freeze warnings in effect at the moment. Now, high temperatures will rebound, starting off certainly chilly, but they'll do about a 30-degree warm-up going into this next afternoon, near 70 degrees, which is what we hit this afternoon. We were actually right on par with our average seasonable high and low, which I'll show you in just a second, but near 70 degrees. This is just about 2-3 degrees warmer than the seasonable high for this time of year. So 69 for the greater Charlotte area and near 60 degrees for the high country, of course, under lots of sunshine. So weather impacts, chilly mornings followed by mild afternoons going into this work week, but we are tracking some big changes. 2 main cold fronts will be going towards this weekend. That first one is going to bring us a round of rain, likely some scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder here or two Friday night. And then the second one, likely coming on Sunday, is going to usher in probably the coldest air of the season. We're talking a winter-like chill for the Carolinas. For now, satellite and radar, we had a low pressure system that continues to pull off to the north and east. Brought a couple of showers yesterday east of Charlotte, and this will continue to push up out of the way, which means high pressure system is going to take over, meaning tranquil conditions expected for the work week. That is a synonym for calm, seasonable, sunny weather. If you have any plans, maybe you kind of rake the leaves. I know that is a chore to do sometimes when it is windy and cold. This week is going to be fantastic to do that. Each day a little bit warmer than the rest, lower 70s both Wednesday and Thursday. We've got moderate to high color across the greater Charlotte area. Of course, it's past the peak for the highest elevations, and it's at peak for a lot of the foothills. So if you are headed off to a fall hike, should be great conditions for that. But I do think we will start to see high to peak color here in the Piedmont, that's the greater Charlotte area, within the next week. So fall-like weather ahead over the next couple of hours, but rain chances really slim to none going into this work week. Not really something that you have to worry about grabbing that rain gear or umbrella. Next best chance for rain comes Friday night into early Saturday and will also potentially linger into Sunday as well. So here is that first cold front. This is just after midnight on your Friday night. A couple of scattered showers, like I mentioned, some wet weather expected. But this newest data pulls out the rain chances by daybreak on Saturday, meaning we wouldn't have rain during the daytime hours for the system. That'd probably be ideal, especially if you do have any weekend plans. You want to have something to do Friday and Saturday. That being said, though, the timing could shift on this. So if you do have, again, any outdoor plans, make sure to keep up to date with that latest forecast as well, especially 72 hours before the actual date. So that is the first cold front. That's what's going to bring us the rain showers. Second cold front is going to come through on Sunday, like I mentioned, and this is what's going to bring us that cold blast of air, potentially some upslope flow in the high country as well, meaning some snow flurries also possible up towards the mountains only. So this is what I'm talking about. Low temperatures, mainly in the 40s from now all the way through about Monday. You'll notice we do wake up in the 50s on Saturday. That is because we got the clouds and we got the rainfall moving out as well. Next Tuesday, we fall down into the lower 30s. We'll continue that into Wednesday as well. We'll actually stay into the 30s all the way through about next Thursday. So this could potentially be our first official real freeze in the Charlotte area. So far, our coldest morning low has been about 37. So this is going to be very on par with our average first freeze in Charlotte, which is right around November 8th. So if we do hit that, I believe that would be around November 11th or 10th. So very on season with this time of year. The earliest freeze we had was October 9th. The latest one was December 10th. Checking in on the tropics, there is not much to talk about. A 0% chance of development going into the next 7 days. Of course, this comes after Hurricane Melissa has officially exited off, but it's looking like it will be a fairly quiet end to the last month of hurricane season, something that we will be discussing in further detail as Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley joins me in just a couple of minutes. But for now, we will be taking a short break.